The ideals of the Medal of Honor are to actually let the citizens know what sacrifices that individuals are making for them. You do the right thing for your fellow American, and that's what makes our country great, is because we're willing to make sacrifices for each other.
Encourage to do the right thing, to think of others before yourself. Those will apply forever.
Marie Connolly of Boston, Massachusetts has been recognized for sacrificing her own life to save another on October 21st, 2008. Each day, she assisted hundreds of children navigating the streets around Mathers Elementary School in Dorchester. That Tuesday morning, she was directing traffic at the intersection of Parrish and Winter Streets, and she halted the traffic to help lead a young boy through the crosswalk and noticed that a speeding vehicle was approaching towards that child. In a split-second decision, she shielded him with her own body to protect the boy and was struck by the driver's vehicle and sustained massive head and body trauma. Several days after the accident, she, a single mother of 4 and a grandmother to 5, passed away from her injuries. We are pleased to present this award in her honor to one of her sons, Christopher Connery.
Several years ago, Congress created or passed a resolution establishing March 25th of every year as National Medal of Honor Day. And the Medal of Honor recipients, what they chose to do was to say, we've been honored enough. It's time that we turn around and thank America for raising sons and daughters who have the courage to do the right thing.
We've turned it around. The Medal of Honor Day was probably intended to honor Medal of Honor recipients, but we've received a lot of honors over our lives, and wearing the medal is the highest of all. So we like to turn it around and to use this opportunity where it's so evident that there's been sacrifices over the years to recognize citizens that may not know the significance about war or combat, but also know the significance of sacrifice and courage, and they've certainly demonstrated that in their deeds.
The idea is to get people to think, boy, these guys in the worst, most horrific situation were able to deal with something that some others might have shied away from or tried to avoid, and yet they had the courage to tackle that challenge, whatever it was, and to be successful. And on March 25th, we will honor 3 Americans from all of the nominations that we received, which are then selected by the Medal of Honor recipients themselves to receive these honors. We call it Citizen Service Before Self Honors.
We set the example for those that are following us, and it's so important that those that follow us live by the same standards that we learned from those before us.
Character development is really important. Better citizens are important.
Timothy Brooks of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, has been recognized for valiantly rescuing a woman and her 3 children who were stranded in the Delaware River after their tour boat collided with a barge and sank on July 7, 2010. Without regard for his own safety, he drove into the river and was able to maneuver the woman and her children into a position of safety where they were evacuated by a Coast Guard boat. During the rescue process, he completed multiple long-distance swims and physically secured the young children to a nearby pylon while simultaneously treading water and battling the strong river current. Timothy Brooks' willingness to risk his own life to save the lives of fellow citizens is an act of selflessness and bravery which continues to be an inspiration and a credit to the state of Pennsylvania and his fellow Americans. Pardon? Dr. Spino of Greensburg, Pennsylvania, has been recognized for a lifetime's commitment to treating children, often not charging those who couldn't afford the care. As a pediatrician for more than 60 years, He helped tens of thousands of children and their families. Dr. Spino has invented multiple devices to treat babies, which he then donated. Dr. Spino's lifetime commitment to treating children who could not afford health care continues to be an inspiration and a credit to the state of Pennsylvania and to his fellow Americans.
We've established a relationship with the Boy Scouts. It's an investment in the future. And this year, in 2011, we will honor a Boy Scout on Medal of Honor Day also with what we call the American Spirit Award. It's just as important that we touch other Americans at all ages, but nothing more important than our youth, because they are our future.
We wear the medal for the present and the future.
The American Spirit Award recognizes individuals who have demonstrated extraordinary skills, professional, and a spirit of excellence in a challenging situation. Our awardee today is Jack Pape, a Boy Scout from Omaha, Nebraska. He certainly fits that definition. Jack received this award for his actions to aid fellow Scouts injured following a tornado that struck Little Sioux Scout Ranch in 2008 for pulling a young boy from a swimming pool and administering CPR a year later. He just doesn't quit. His instinctive actions to provide life-saving aid to others demonstrates the unusual sense of leadership and initiative in a very challenging situation, and reflects great credit not only himself and the Boy Scouts, but also all young people that are of that attitude. Before I ask you up, I'd like to just recite this to you, and I know it from having been an Eagle Scout 100 years ago, and I had Jack review it with me, but just listen to these words. This is the Scout law. The Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And the Scout's law is, on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to help other people at all times, and to keep myself physically strong, morally straight, and mentally awake. Oh, but we could have every young person in the United States be in the Boy Scouts and take those seriously. So many of our problems would be solved. But I mean, it's something that's going to stick with you the rest of your life, and you'll become an Eagle Scout in a couple of months. And I'm so proud to present this. Would you please step forward?
I'm very thankful to receive this award today, and I'm honored to be surrounded by heroes as I receive this award. This really means a lot to me, and I'd like to thank God